The reason I'm down here tonight is to show my support for this band that has been singled out and targeted by the system. The Republicans' propaganda machine has went into overdrive here to try and demonise these young fellas in this band. Well, we're sick of it. We're sick of the people using the name Loyalists as some type of dirty word. It's not a dirty word. Loyalists, Unionists, Protestant, whatever you want to call us, we are all one. And more the people are starting to come together. And whenever you attack the bands, or the Orange Men, or the apprentice boys, or whatever that's walking on our streets, you're attacking our culture. And we're having no more of it. I used to think I was the only person, or people in my area were the only people who thought like this, but it's not. We're speaking to people from all over Northern Ireland. We're speaking to people from Belfast, from Londonderry, from Fermanagh, you name it, we're talking to them. And the message is all the same, that the word loyalist is not a dirty word. It is a word to be proud of. The word unionist is not a dirty word. It is a word to be proud of. And the word Protestant is the same. And just tonight when I came down here, this local man here just stopped and was chatting to him. And I asked him what his views were. Well, basically he told me what his views were. And you couldn't write the script. His views are no different from what my views are. I know you're a local man here, and what do you think of what's going on?
See, to be a loyalist, to be truthful, William, today, it's like as if you're a bit of dirt in somebody's shoe, right? We are being castigated left, right and centre for what we believe in. We're good people. We're not bad people, so we're not. You know, the band, the YCV band has been castigated while other bands from other religions are being allowed to get away with what they want to get away with, so they do. But we've got a spirit in us that is a never say die spirit, and it doesn't matter what they throw at us, we'll always come back fighting, so we will. And it's not only the people of the Shankill Road, Belfast, it's the Loyalist Ulster people from the 6 counties and our friends that are from beyond these shores. We will always fight, we will always maintain our faith and our religion till the day that we die. But we, with this band and the band parade tonight, are just showing the support for the YCV band. Some of these boys have been up in court already, and they're going to take them all to court in the next lot of weeks. And the people of Ulster need to get behind this here band and show their support and come out for them more times than enough, especially on the day that the judicial system are going to try and put them down, take them off the road and obliterate them entirely.
What you're saying there is the feeling that I'm hearing around the rest of the countryside. People are saying this young band, all they did, they were out, they were enjoying themselves, they were displaying their culture. They weren't there to offend anybody.
If you don't walk in the Belfast parade, then you'll not understand the stoppages that I walk in the Belfast parade, and the reason why it could have been 20 yards before the church, it could have been 20 yards after the church. The main tip of the parade stops at the cenotaph at the City Hall, which makes the parade back up until they move off again. And I don't believe that the band, even on that their day, realised exactly where they were, because if it had been up the Lisburn Road, if it had been in Royal Avenue and they'd stopped that far along the route, they'd have done exactly the same thing to entertain the public that was gathered there. It's done every single year, every single time I see it on the Lisburn Road, throughout the whole of the parade, from Clifton Street right up to the field at Finnegy, so it is, at Shaw's Bridge. Well, no, but that's basically what happened.
Yeah.
Was because of the backlog. See, parades down the country are completely different. Yeah. Some of them only last for a short time, some will last a wee bit longer. Yeah. But with the Belfast one, we'll have so many stoppages.
Yeah, I know.
And that's the reason why they get caught up outside the church. They could have been away before, they're away after.
Yeah.
They could have.
I understand what you're saying, because I've watched parades in Belfast myself, and I've seen that regular. The other thing I've seen that you've started to do, which is welcome, you've started to look into who these people are that are speaking for these so-called offended Roman Catholics. To turn out, half of them are Republicans, IRA men, killers, who are so deeply offended, who went out of their way to come down to get offended by this band. Perhaps some of the people in the band who have had their loved ones killed by some of these same individuals.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, William. A couple of days prior to the parade taking past and so forth, I got we've seen it on different sites throughout the social media and the network that they were saying that they were busting their kids out. They're taking their kids out of the area. Well, we believe that there's a twofold thing. They take their kids out and they bring people in to land their kids' beds. It's not the local people who are protesting, it's the people that they bring in from outside. Yes, the organisers are Sinn Fein placed, who are basically sent in to speak for their portion, because the Carrickhill residents have been going, their association has been going for 18 years, and I've walked down past that chapel hundreds of times on parades, and there's never been a problem whatsoever. Only now this year it seems to be that they have decided that their next battle is Donegall Street, Clifton Street.
They actually don't realise that they've picked the wrong battle here, because for the first time I actually think they've started to unite our people, because the country people and the Belfast people, or the city people, whatever you want to say, are standing united on this, because we're sick and tired of people trampling over the top of us. No more is our culture going to be demonised. This Parades Commission is nothing but a tool of an Irish and Republican movement. It is simply out there to demonise our people, our culture, and to put our people off the roads and the streets of Ulster. Well, no more. The people are now going to stand up. Do you find that is the feeling in Belfast?
The big feeling in Belfast is, William, and the fact about it is the Parades Commission seem to be only acting under the authority, as you say, of the British government at the top, along with the Shinners. But it seems to be it's only the Protestant people that they act against. It seems to be that anybody who's supposed to have transgressed on the other side, they do nothing about. We've seen them in the past where they've been playing outside Corcrain Orange Hall, deliberately stopping their bands, right, one at a time, playing outside Corcrain Orange Hall. We've seen them outside the church in Dungiven and stopping outside the church in Dungiven and playing their music out. But there's nothing wrong with that. They're all right to do it. It's only the Protestants that are in the wrong.
I think I'll just finish off with this, because there's a number of people, but this man has put it as well as I've heard it put. They can tramp our roads dressed as IRA men. They can stand outside our orange halls and mock us. The same halls that they went in and butchered orange men in. There's no word of that. The same gospel halls that they went in and butchered our people in. I don't know of many chapels where Loyalist gunmen, as they talk about, went into and murdered people in. The only people who went into chapels was the IRA themselves. They murdered their own people on the steps of their chapels. So we'll take no lessons from the butchers of the Provies about showing respect to the other side of the community. It is time they learn what respect means, and that means treating our people with respect, something that they don't actually know anything about. The priests who buried these people, the priests who welcomed them to the doors with their tricolours and their berries on their coffins, the parades that is going to the chapels at the minute where boys dressed as IRA men, wear hoods and carrying weapons. Do they think that's not insulting us? These young boys were playing drums and flutes. They weren't walking about with AK-47s or rocket launchers.